express guilt. You can also make statements in your defense without taking an oath. In addition to any other, prosecutor must disclose to you as soon as practicable evidence in his possession or at his disposal that shows or tends to show your innocence or to mitigate your guilt, or you challenge the evidence presented by the prosecutor.
Oui, maître, je dois d'abord demander.
Yes, counsel. This is and as we've said since the very outset, to make court and detention facility of the court since his arrival. If he can please tell us these. The presiding judge. Yes, counsel.
Please. 2 days ago, the whole world has witnessed the degrading fashion in which a former president of a sovereign country was bundled into a private aircraft and summarily transported to The Hague. To us lawyers, this would be called an extrajudicial rendition, kidnapping. My client was denied all access to the legal recourse in the country of his citizenship, and this all in the nature of political score settling. Two troubled entities struck an unlikely alliance, an incumbent president who wished to neutralize and choke the legacy of my client and his daughter on the other hand, and a troubled legal institution subject to delegitimization and desperate for a price cuts and a legal show to. With this in mind, it is not surprising that my client was abducted from his country in air. That jet which received my client was coordinated in advance. The UAE is not a state party to the ICC and has no obligation to cooperate with the court. Yet my client sat in transit in that country for invite the registry's representative to present today in court to explain to the judges exactly how they believe this transfer was a process. Given the precipitous arrival of my client, an elderly man with debilitating medical issues, hard of hearing and poor of sight. He was taken to a hospital for observation. Only this morning have I met him for the first time with less than an hour to discuss legal issues, I have not been able to present him with a hard copy of the arrest warrant because we were not supplied with such. I have not even been able to explain to him what the prosecution. This is because the chamber only established last night. Other than to identify himself, my client is not able to contribute anything to this hearing. Most importantly, he has been informed of the charges as contained in the arrest warrant for more a reason more pertinent to which request to this honorable pre-trial chamber this morning and which is confidential in nature. Accordingly, I respect this morning ask of this hearing to the next week when I will have the opportunity to sit with my client and to explain to him what a confirmation hearing is and what the disclosure is and how the prosecution alleges that he committed crimes. I thank the court for its attention and regret to say that I do not have instructions to continue my submission any further today. Thank you.
D'abord, concernant
Thank you, Counsel. To the health the has taken measures with fully mentally aware and that you have undergone further checks and tests at the detention facility. And when you broached is with regard to the health matters that you just mentioned. They are very important, especially concerning the matter of age. Now, with regard to the rights of Mr. Duterte, we have before us the registrar's or the registry's report that says that Mr. Duterte has been informed of his rights, including Article 66, that he is aware of his rights and that he is also aware of the charges against him. We have before us the report of the registry saying that he was also aware of the warrant of arrest in the English language and that he is very well versed in the English language. Once again, you have the possibility of these charges, the case today. I have read to you in the French language the rights that he has, Mr. Duterte, before this court, and I'd like to specify once again that this is an initial hearing in order for Mr. Duterte to be aware of his rights and the charges against him. And then there will be a full procedure that will unfurl leading up to the confirmation of charges that will enable Mr. Duterte to raise to the warrant of arrest with regard to the crimes committed, with regards to the charges and any other matters associated with his arrest and the matters of jurisdiction of the court. You have the opportunity to do this throughout these proceedings leading up to the actors, including the need for the parties and participants to adequately prepare, as well as Mr. Duterte's rights, including his right to be tried within a reasonable time for the commencement of the confirmation of charges hearing 2005. I would add that in accordance with Rule 7 of the Rules of Procedure and Evidence, this date may be postponed by the Chamber depending on the progress of the proceedings, either on its own motion or at the request of the prosecuting parties of the next procedural steps. First, I would like to recall that in accordance with Rule 1212B of the Rule ensure that the proceedings progress more specifically. I am referring in particular to a decision on the arrangements and procedure for the disclosure of evidence and a decision setting a
Ngiti-ngiti mukha mo. Bato-bato ka.
Aló. Hola, Carlos. Aló. Hola, Carlos.